Let's look at this question on cubes puzzle. Now to do this question, all of you should have a basic understanding of cubes and cutting of cubes. If you have not gone through the cubes chapter or have not worked on questions related to cube, I would suggest you to do that before you do this question, because this question will require that understanding and we will not be discussing the concept here in this session, because that's not the intention. The intention is to solve the question. Okay. So make sure that you know the cubes fundamental and how many cubes while cutting will have 3 sides painted, 2 sides painted, 1 side painted, no side painted. Should be very clear to you. Only then you will be able to understand this solution. So let's read the question. A large wooden cuboid block of height 4 meter, width 6 meter and length 9 meter is painted and cut into smaller cubes of 1 cubic meter. So that means there will be total of 4 into 6 into 9, which is 216 smaller cubes that are formed. These smaller cubes are then arranged to make a cube of size 6 meter. This large cube is painted red on the outside on all the 6 faces. So we had a cuboid, we cut it into smaller cubes, we arrange it into a cube, and this cube is of 6 meter, which means 6 into 6 into 6, 216 cubes will be formed, will be required to form that. And then we are again painting it from the outside. If the smaller cubes are now removed, then what is the maximum number of cubes with exactly 2 sides painted red? The question is very simple. It's clear, right? So we had a 4 into 6 into 9 meter cuboid. We cut it into smaller cubes of 1 cubic meter. We rearrange those cubes to a cube of 6 meter, side 6 meter, which means it's again 216 cubic meters in volume. And then we painted on the outer side with red color, removed it, all the smaller cubes now after it has dried, and now we are asking exactly 2 side painted, how many can be maximum. So first of all, let's find out while you cut that cuboid, how many cuboids will be there with 3 side painted, 2 side painted, 1 side painted and no side painted. So 3 side painted cubes, here we will have 8 of them, or the corner cubes. We'll have the side cubes, which will be the edge cubes, which will be 2 side painted cubes, which will be 52. We'll have the face cubes, which will be 1 side painted cubes, which will be 100 of them. And there'll be no side painted cube, which is 56, which will be inside, right? So all of you know this fundamental. All the corner cubes will be 3 side painted, so there'll be 8. 2 side painted cube will be the edge cube excluding the corner. So which means if you have a 9 centimeter edge, 9 meter edge, it will have total of 7 cubes which are 2 side painted. So 7 into 4 edges, so that is 28. On the 6 meter edge, you will have 4 such cubes. So 4 into 4, 16. So 16 plus 28 will make it 44. And then you will have on the 4 side painted 4 meter edge, you will have 2 into 4, that is 8. So that will be 44 plus 8, 52 cubes. So 1 side painted cube similarly will become 100, all the face cubes, so you can calculate that. So totally there are 216. Next one is even more simpler because it's a 6 by 6 cube. So you have 3 side painted again 8 because all corners remain same, and 2 side painted cubes will now become 48. 1 side painted cube will be 96 and no side painted cube will be the cube which will be formed inside, which will be a 4 into 4 into 4 cube, which will become 64, and total number of cubes is 216. I hope this is clear. If this is not clear, we can't do this question, and if this is not clear, I would suggest you to go back and read about after you have cut the cube, how many 3 side, 2 side, 1 side and 0 side painted cubes are formed and how is it formed. Okay, important, because we have a time constraint. Otherwise, if we start discussing that, this is going to take a lot of time. Now I'm going to do a simple comparison here. The cuboid and the cube, both of them will have 8 cubes which are 3 side painted. The cuboid will have 52 2 side painted cubes, whereas cube will have 48. The cuboid will have 100 1 side painted cube, whereas the cube will have only 96. The cuboid will have 56 cubes which are not painted at all, and the cube will have 64 of them. Total number of cubes will be totally 216. Now see, in this comparison, what will now happen is I want to maximize the two-side painted cube. Now see, any of the cube which is already three-side painted in that cuboid, I cannot reduce the number of sides being painted. I can only add to it. So I'm going to keep all these cubes which are there, which are three-side painted, as the corner cube in the cube as well. So that means all the three-side painted cubes in the cube as well as in the cuboid are going to be the same. So I'm going to keep this same. So all these 8 cubes will be here as well, right? So there's no two-side painted cubes going to be formed because of that. Whereas I already have in the cuboid 52 cubes which are two-side painted. I'm going to retain this because if I paint any other side on this, then that's going to increase the number of sides. So I don't want to do that. So what I'll do is all these 52, I'll push into the middle of the cube. Inside the cube, whatever cube is there which cannot get painted when I paint it from outside, there'll be 64 of them. Out of that, 52 of them will be these cubes which are already two-side painted. Then I have the one-side painted cube which are 100 of them with me in the cuboid. And then I need to, if I have to make these cubes two-side painted, I need to paint one more side of this. So what I will do is all these cubes, whatever possible, I'm going to keep it as one-side painted cube on the cubes, on the cube. So what will happen is there are 96 such possibilities. So after this 100, 96 will then become two sides painted. Here all these 52 are two-side painted, right? Then we have the zero-side painted cube. So this is mapped with this. This is mapped with this. This is with this. Now we have the zero-side painted cube, 56 of them. I'm going to use them on the edges on the cube so that it'll get painted on both sides, and I can have 48 such cubes which can be two-side painted. So now this is two sides, this is two sides, and these 96 will be also now two sides painted, right? So if I'm not now tally this, if I now tally this, so this is how it is mapped. This 52 with this 64, this 56 with this 48, this 100 with this 96, and this 8 with 8. But the problem is, not except for this 8 with 8, rest of them are not equal. So I'm going to make another table which says here there is nothing extra on the cube or the cuboid. Whereas as we go forward here, again, all these 52 are going to be used here. So nothing will be extra here. All these 48 are going to be covered with this. So there's nothing extra here. Whereas here, there will be 4 extra here because out of this 100 only 96 can be used here. So here it will be a 0, whereas here it will be 4. On this end, out of this 56, 48 is being used here, but there are 8 remaining now here. And out of the 64, 52 is used here. So you are remaining another 12. So this tallies now 12 and 12. You have remaining of 12 which has to be no side painted will come from 4 from here and 8 from here. Now let's go further and find out the two-side painted cubes. So how many two-side painted cubes will be there? From this, we are going to get a total of 52 plus 48, which is 100. From here, we are going to get 96. From here, we are not going to get any more because this 56 we have already considered. Out of this 56, 48 is here. So that is how this has become 100. So here nothing extra, so 0 here. So totally it will be 196. So basically what we have done is already existing two-side painted cubes, we have kept it in the middle so that it doesn't get painted and it retains its two-side painted. So that is a 52. Already, which is not painted at all, I put it on the edge so that 48 of them gets painted two sides. Already existing 100 cubes which are one side painted, I use it at the face so that it gets painted once again. And what will happen? There will be 96 such cubes which will become two side painted because of that. So 52 plus 48, 100, 100 plus 96, 196. So totally there will be 196 two-side painted cubes which will be possible, and that's a maximum that is possible. I hope you understood this. Thank you very much for watching the solution. If you have not understood and if you're still confused about cutting off cubes, please go and read about this and then come back again and watch this solution, right? If you have anything else, please feel free to send me a WhatsApp message so that I can answer your queries, and please do subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.